Next morning. I'm back with another good one. The reason why I say I'm back with another good one is because, and it's also a sad story. This is sad. Allegedly. Um, I've been talking to a couple of women for a couple of years that I know, friends, and just chopping it up, conversing with them, and basically we was talking about this same subject, autism, Down syndrome, um, ADHD, all of these sickness and parasites that's attached to our children. And why are all of these sickness and disability are attached to our children? We can see that it's at alarming rate throughout the years and months and weeks as mothers give birth. And I didn't know about Tylenol up until now. Allegedly, I did not know. The only conclusion that I came up with, right, it was I started thinking, right? I started thinking, and this is before I got on YouTube, right? The only thing I could think of was um, those prenatal pills. That's the only thing that I came up with. Those prenatal pills. When women are pregnant, they going through their pregnancies, and when they going to see the doctor, they give you those big horse pills, those big prenatal pills. They say that that helps develop your child. But I'm like, years ago, they wasn't giving no pills out like that. I know that to be certain. I know that to be sure. That wasn't really giving them pills out like that, right? And you could do your research. Women's, I mean, and outside of our civilizations, the indigenous people, women was given birth naturally. They wasn't they didn't have those pills. They wasn't using those pills, right, to give birth, and the child will come out normally. And I'm saying to myself, when they started introducing these prenatal pills to the woman, I talked to some women. Some women said, yes, they do issue those pills, but I didn't take them, Austin. I didn't take them. And my child came out fine because they knew in their gut that these prenatal pills wasn't a good look and a good ride for their pregnancy, so they wouldn't take them. Right? And that's what I came up with. Now, this Tylenol thing, it's something different, allegedly. So I want the women's. I put it a question out to all of my single mothers and to all the women that's all around the world that's going through pregnancy or went through pregnancy. Um, how do you feel about these painkillers or prenatal pills contributing to autism, to Down syndrome, and to any other disability of the development of your child? You know, this is something to think about. And I shared this with some of the women, and I apologize that years ago that I didn't come out with this. It just was a band, a group of women that I was conversing with, and we was talking with each other, and I gave my opinion. You said, you know what, Austin, you're right, because that makes sense. It makes sense of what you're saying. You know, they give you this big horse pills saying that these are vitamins and these are gonna help your the embryo or this is gonna help your child develop their brain and all this other stuff. It don't make no sense. What helps your child develop is the alpha omega, the creating everything existing. What helps your child develop is what you put into your body, right? This is our actual true fact. And what can contribute to your child that's not developing, right, normally, is things that you put into your body, right? This is why they said don't take this medication, don't take that medication, don't take this, don't take that. Don't take these certain things. But they giving you certain things that's contributing to autism, that's contributing to Down syndrome, that's contributing to ADHD and all of these other conditions and disabilities that our children are not developing on on an alarming rate. They're not developing. They being stuck even before they come into this world. You and the parents are being faced with difficulties of Down syndrome, of autism, or ADHD, and any other of these disabilities that's leading the force and destroying our future. And it's crazy how, all this stuff is co-created in laboratories. All of it. We don't have laboratories. Okay? We don't have laboratories. These things are co-created in laboratories. And to me, allegedly, these things are co-created and to dictate and to go out into our communities and our neighborhoods, right? Where that people are being affected on alarming rate. And what it's doing is co-creating more schools of disability. It's crazy how the children today is not the children of yesterday. The children are plagued with more deception, with more disability, with more learning education that's inadequate, with everything, because they do not want the future to get out. They want to keep our children dumb, deaf, and blind, as well as ourselves as parents and as adults. So, this was something that I talked about years. I've been on this, and I had this in my gut. So to add in, right? To add in Tylenol, it's a major blow to these pharmaceutical companies that procreate this medicine. It is for your demise. So now, what the woman's supposed to do? What the father's supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? Now, how long you been taking this medication? It's in your system. So 9 times out of 10, if there's 10 children, out of those 10 children, it may be 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 children that developed some type of disability by taking painkillers and prenatal pills. This is something to think about as a woman that's going through her pregnancies. So now, all of our attention and all our focus is on Tylenol, blaming Tylenol. Why Tylenol? What is going on between you and these pharmaceutical companies? What's going on? What's the beef? They not supporting you? What is going on? We would like to know. Why come out now after all these years of giving women Tylenol, or just people in general Tylenol, painkillers, these prenatal pills, and everything else during pregnancy, which is contributing to the destruction and the demise of our community and our society? What is leading this force? Who is telling these people to do this? Because this is population control. This is what it is, population control. We are already up against so many other things. So now this is added on to that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like there's one door after another door after another door that's upon us that we have to open up and clean out. That we have to open up and clean out. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. Now, it's sad after all these years, that it comes out right now. What's going on? What's the problem with these pharmaceutical reps and you? They don't have your back. They're not holding your back. They conservatives. They liberals. They Democrats. What's going on? You understand what I'm saying? And I also know that there's certain pills that help men produce more hormones inside of them. More hormones inside of them. So, it's not going to stop there. A lot of things are going. This is why I said, this is why I said months ago, you're going to hear a lot of things and see a lot of things that have you going, and this is one of them, So, get in my comments. I pose a question to a lot of women or just anybody that's concerned about what's going on inside of our communities. What's going on with our wives, our daughters that's going through pregnancy and taking these pills. They actually forcing these pills upon you and you taking them. And they saying that this is to help your child develop. Give them vitamins. The vitamins come from the woman. Everything that she eats, it goes into the child. You understand what I'm saying? So what are these vitamins is actually doing? What are they doing? You said it's helping the child develop. To me, what it's doing is delaying the child from development. And it goes straight to the brain. It goes straight to the brain and it do a process of whole on your brain of development. Partial of your brain affects certain things because you keep taking it. This is something to think about, lady. Allegedly. This is all allegedly. This is allegedly, right? But this is something to think about. This is your life. This is your pregnancy. So I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing Monday. Peace, y'all.